What's your name?
What's your name?
Officer Chris Graves.
Badge number.
54.
Awesome.
So can I ask what you're doing recording around my... So this is my Sally port.
Yeah.
Okay, the court has their own rules. I transport prisoners in and out of this area. So everything you're doing here is a threat to my safety. So I need to know who you are. So I'd like to see your identification.
How am I a threat to your safety?
Okay, I'm not going to ask you again. Can I see your identification,
No, you
please?
cannot. Am I under arrest? Am I being detained?
You're about to be. Now turn off the camera.
I'm about to be arrested.
You are. Can I
Film
see
me
your
out
ID,
in public.
please? This isn't public. This is a
It
secure
is
area.
public. Have you read the friggin' sign? Let's go read the sign, gentlemen.
Let's not.
Yes. Let's read the sign. All right. You don't want to read the sign? You don't want to read the sign? Let's go read the sign.
The gentleman filming outside of the courthouse fails to identify himself.
Let's see here.
See,
Let's see here. What's it say?
trooper parking.
The encounter begins calmly, but quickly shifts in tone as an officer approaches a man filming near a courthouse sally port. The officer identifies himself and immediately labels the filming as a potential threat to safety, demanding identification. The cameraman questions this claim, asking whether he is being detained or arrested. As tension rises, the officer insists the area is secure and not public, warning that failure to comply could lead to arrest. The cameraman, however, remains firm, choosing to challenge authority rather than comply without clear legal justification.
Trooper parking.
All right, okay,
Trooper parking. I'm not parking.
that's fine.
What's that one say? Trooper parking.
what's
That's
your name?
That direction. This one is for this spot. There's no sign saying I can't go in there.
There is not.
No,
So
there's
can I have
not.
your name, please? I'm asking you the lawful order to identify
Lawful
yourself.
order. What have I done?
I'm asking you to identify yourself.
What crime have I committed?
Failing to identify yourself. How do I know that you're not
Have I
a...
committed a crime? I don't have to
haven't-
identify myself to you unless I've committed a crime.
Okay, you need to put your hand down right now. All right, I'm asking you to identify yourself.
No.
Are you not
You don't-
identifying yourself?
you
Then
don't
let's go.
have-
I'm
Where
asking
am I
you to
going?
leave.
Where am I
I'm
going?
telling you right now, you're
Where am I
about to get
going?
trespassed from the courthouse.
Trespass from
Yes,
outside the
I am
doors.
telling you that
There's
right
law
now.
that says I can stand
No,
out
there's
here and
not.
film
Do you
this
have a
building.
matter of court? No, you do not.
Yes,
I am not going to argue
The
with you.
law
You have
says
court
I
right
can
now.
stand out here.
Let's go. Are you
need
on the
to
court
calm
calendar?
down. You need to calm
No,
down.
you need to calm down.
You need to calm down. Let me
Then
talk
give
to
me
your
your
supervisor.
identification.
How about that? Let me talk to
Okay,
the supervisor.
absolutely.
You're out of control. You
Hold
need
on,
to calm
382.
yourself down. Tell me what to do. You don't have no authority over me. Who do you think you are?
Is there a sergeant in Kenai?
He said, as long as I'm not inside the courthouse. Am I inside the courthouse?
Okay,
Isn't that
do
what
you
you
not
said?
see?
Isn't that what you said?
As emotions escalate, the officer threatens to trespass the cameraman from the courthouse property. The cameraman pushes back, asserting his rights as a citizen and questioning the officer's authority outside the building itself. He emphasizes that public property belongs to the people and that filming government facilities is not inherently illegal. The interaction becomes heated, with both sides raising their voices. The cameraman frames himself as a journalist gathering content, reinforcing his belief that he is operating fully within his rights.
Do not understand that walking around this building, videotaping this entire building might raise some alarm?
I own this building. The citizens of this state own this building. It's not your building. You don't have no authority out here unless I'm committing a crime. Am I committing a crime? And if
You know
so,
what?
what crime am I committing? Failure ID? I don't have to ID.
I'm done talking to you.
I don't have to ID to myself
fine.
to you.
I'm done
Well, if you're
talking
done
to you.
talking to me, why don't you walk back in there and get out of my face?
No,
How's that?
I have every right to be here that you do. You just
Yeah.
argued that to me.
Yeah. I have every right to be here.
So do I. I'm a
You-
citizen of Alaska as well.
You're not right now. You're in your official capacity.
I am.
Yeah, which means you don't have any freaking rights.
Okay.
How dare you come out here and talk to me like that?
How dare you come record my building? How would you bring your
I have
attitude?
every right.
Okay,
I
good
am
for
a
you.
journalist gathering content for a story on this building. I have
Okay.
every right to be here and look at the vehicles that we pay for, the building that we pay for, and to check and make sure you guys are taking care of it. You have no authority over me. Who do you think you are? Come out here barking orders at me? Give me your, I don't have to give you my ID. Don't you know the law? Aren't you law enforcement?
The confrontation intensifies further as the cameraman accuses the officer of overstepping authority and misunderstanding the law. He refuses to provide identification, stating clearly that he is not required to do so without suspicion of a crime. The officer maintains a commanding tone, but the situation begins to stall. The cameraman challenges the officer to proceed with an arrest if he truly believes a law has been broken, signaling confidence in his legal standing and willingness to escalate the matter if necessary.
You're gonna learn today, dude.
Okay.
You're gonna learn today.
All right.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
You're gonna learn today.
Okay.
Yeah. If you're gonna arrest me, you go ahead and arrest me. I'm not gonna resist.
You asked for a supervisor. We're waiting for my supervisor to arrive.
I have no weapons on me.
Hey.
I have no ill will, no ill intent. I'm here simply quietly filming.
Waiting for a supervisor.
Yeah,
You asked for a supervisor.
Yeah. Threaten me with arrest. You go ahead and arrest me. I haven't done nothing wrong. Nothing. I have every legal reason to be here. I'm threatening you with, I'm a threat because I have a camera. You crazy?
Bill Condon is counter traffic at SPD.
You need to check yourself, dude.
Okay.
You check your attitude.
Okay.
It ain't happening today, dude. I don't know who you think you are, but you have no authority over me. None. Are you a supervisor?
Nope.
Okay. What's your name and badge number?
It's Officer Staley.
It's Officer Staley.
Staley.
How do you spell that?
Like Stanley without the end.
Okay. What's your badge number? 63. Awesome. Thank you. Who's the highest rank out here out of you three? No one? None of you?
We're all the same.
Is this the supervisor?
Additional officers arrive on the scene, including another officer who identifies himself and attempts to assess the situation. The cameraman continues documenting everything, asking for names and badge numbers while maintaining his stance. He repeatedly states he has no ill intent and is simply filming. The presence of multiple officers shifts the dynamic, introducing a layer of supervision and accountability. Despite the increased police presence, the cameraman remains assertive, refusing to back down from his position.
Eating.
Yep.
On state property. That's your guys' jurisdiction, not his. You think I'm just somebody you come out here? I know my laws, I know my rights.
Okay, good for you.
And I'm literally standing on my rights. There's not a damn thing you can do about it. You have no authority over me. You're gonna go bully somebody, you go bully somebody else. You ain't gonna bully me.
Just telling you not to.
I can film anything I want, anything I can see in public. Anything my eyes can see, I can film. It's not the law. No, I'm not inside the courthouse.
You're within the court property.
I'm not inside the courthouse.
Okay,
This gentleman right here said, as long as I'm not inside the courthouse, I'm fine. Got it on
Okay,
video.
so that's fine, but walking around the courthouse, filming trooper cars, filming vehicles, you don't think that's not suspicious? That's the only reason I came out to find out who you are.
I think it's suspicious the way you came out here barking orders.
Because
You
I
have
wanna
no
know who you
authority
are.
over me. You don't need to know who I am. It's none of your business.
Okay.
Sorry, what's your, Grims? What's
Grimes.
your name?
Grimes, sir.
Grimes.
Yes.
And your badge number?
K20.
Awesome. He said 20?
20. 20.
20. Awesome. Thanks, man.
What's your name?
I'm not giving you my name. Not after the interaction I just had. I would have, but...
A supervisor finally engages, bringing a more measured tone to the interaction. The cameraman explains that he was previously told filming is allowed as long as he remains outside the courthouse building. He questions why the initial officer reacted aggressively, despite this understanding. The supervisor listens and acknowledges parts of the argument, while also expressing concern about filming sensitive areas. This phase marks a turning point, where the conversation begins shifting from confrontation toward clarification.
But if that's the first thing I ask you to identify yourself,
when
and
you come
said,
out
"We're
barking
done,"
orders at me, yeah,
come
you
back
go
up
ahead
here
and go
again.
back to work. You're dismissed, tyrant. I ain't putting up with you today.
Hey, sir.
It ain't happening.
Can I have a conversation with you?
This guy just... No, the whole thing escalated because he came out screaming. He was supposed to be at like 9, like you are here at like 4. He came out here at 100. Straight off the bat. I'm not putting up with it today. I have every right to be here. You and all you guys know it. I'm outside the courthouse.
I'm not here to tell you.
I was
you
told,
have to
I'm
leave.
going to explain to you what I was just told.
Absolutely.
By that gentleman on the left right there.
Okay.
He told me as long as I'm not in the courthouse, I'm fine. And then I come over here, these signs say, this right here, right? Is that correct? I can't go down there? That's trooper parking. Well, parking. Technically, I can go down there by law, but I'm not going to go down there because I'm not trying to start no.
Yeah, that's
but
probably good.
this over here
So,
Is there any reason for me not to be over here? Exactly. Thank you very much. Why don't you go tell that tyrant right there to do his job and go back in the courthouse?
there's no reason to call names and stuff.
After the way I was just treated, oh, dude,
I'm not treating you that
I'm
way.
actually being calm compared to the way I was just treated. I will not be bullied.
Okay, so what
A
is...
man standing here with the camera.
Do you mind me asking what your intent is here?
What does it look like my intent is?
A supervisor finally engages, bringing a more measured tone to the interaction. The cameraman explains that he was previously told filming is allowed as long as he remains outside the courthouse building. He questions why the initial officer reacted aggressively, despite this understanding. The supervisor listens and acknowledges parts of the argument, while also expressing concern about filming sensitive areas. This phase marks a turning point, where the conversation begins shifting from confrontation toward clarification.
Seems like you're here to rile people up and see what kind of
I didn't
reaction
say
you
nothing
get.
to nobody. I was quietly filming the outside of this building.
Mm-hmm.
The only interaction I had was with this gentleman. It worked out perfect. He said, as long as you're not in the courthouse, you're fine. I walked around over there. I walked around over here.
Okay.
That's it. I haven't interacted with anybody. Every time I had an interaction, I was approached.
Okay.
So how is that me looking for a confrontation?
I can't imagine any other reason to stand out here and film the courthouse, but
I'm
that's
a journalist
fine. I mean,
gathering content for a story for possible dissemination.
sounds good to me.
I have the First Amendment right to be here. If I
Well,
can see
that's
it,
not
if
actually
I
your
can see it,
First Amendment.
actually,
right?
it is the member of the press. I have the right to film and disseminate information to the public.
No.
Information on this building, information on you guys. If you don't think so, you might want to look up some case law, bro.
I'm just saying, I
First
don't believe
Amendment
that falls
of
under
the
the
Alaska
First Amendment.
Constitution even says that.
But, okay. That's fine. I'm not here to argue over the amendments. I don't.
Well, he's
I'm not-
trying to
I don't think
demand
you're
my ID.
violating any of
He's
them.
trying to demand my ID, and I'm telling you that's not going to happen. If you guys are going to arrest
So
me,
here's the
if
thing.
you guys, I'm
Do
going
you
to tell
know-
you right now.
Hold
if
on,
you guys
hold
are
on.
going to
Hey,
arrest
hey,
me,
hey.
you guys go ahead and arrest me because I'm not
Can I
leaving
talk?
until I'm done. Go ahead.
Can I talk? So, I don't see any reason to identify you right now. Okay. However,
The cameraman elaborates on his purpose, identifying himself as a journalist documenting public property and government operations. He argues that the First Amendment protects his right to gather and share information. The supervisor appears less confrontational, even stating there may not be a need for identification at this point. However, underlying tension remains as the cameraman continues to criticize the initial officer's behavior, calling it aggressive and unjustified. The discussion highlights the ongoing conflict between public rights and law enforcement perception.
why are you talking to him?
Yeah,
Hey,
tyrant. You're dismissed.
you see what you're doing? You're
Walk
trying to
of shame.
rile him up.
Oh, he just pissed me off.
Yeah, but you're riling him
How am I
up.
not supposed to be upset when he came out here demanding
You
my
can
ID
be
and everything
upset,
else?
but there's
Okay.
no reason. He's walking
Okay,
away.
yeah, he
There's
is
no
walking
reason for
away.
you to
I
sit
have
out here and
the
call him
last
names.
word. That's my prerogative.
So you have to have the last
Are
word.
you his
Sounds like
boss?
you're an instigator.
No, you guys are together. I'm an instigator, huh? Yeah, so you're one of those, aren't you?
What?
You're one of those. Why don't you just go back to work, bro?
What do you think I'm doing right now?
Right now, go back to work. You're dismissed.
Dude, you are fun.
In the final moments, the situation de-escalates, but does not fully resolve. The supervisor attempts to calm tensions, while the cameraman continues expressing frustration, accusing the officer of trying to provoke a reaction. The interaction becomes more about attitude and conduct than legality. Ultimately, no arrest is made, and the cameraman is allowed to remain. The incident ends as a powerful example of how quickly a routine encounter can escalate, raising important questions about authority, public rights, and the balance between security and freedom.